Well, g'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, this one is an ongoing customer, not a job. He owned the last restore I did of the radiogram, the 4-part series. That was a pretty big job. I'm very happy with the way it come up, and I'm sure Brian will be too. So, he's gave me this to fix, repair, just get going. It's not a restore job, but it is an original radio from a VW, a Volkswagen. So I'm not real sure what sort of Volkswagen. It could be a Combi, it could be a Beetle, I'm not sure. But it does have the VW stamp on it, so fairly sought after bit of gear this. And we're just going to have a look over it and see if it works. It's a 6-volt negative earth. Okay, so there it is, and let's have a closer look at it. And then we'll hook it up to our little power supply, current limited of course, and see, well, is it going to fire up or what's it going to do? There's a couple of things there I think I need to fix before I fire it up. Let's have a look. Now, a closer look at this thing. Here we go. Pretty nice looking bit of gear. It's only got a New South Wales, Australia dial on it. It's, well, probably provisioned for push button on certain models, but certainly not on this one. Here we've got, well, on-off volume. I would say the back one would probably be tone for sure. And over this side, all one thing. It's both knobs are on the same shaft, and that's tuning, of course. Pretty tight. Don't want to move that too much because it does move the needle, as you can see. But I don't want to push that. I don't want to. I don't want another string to fix. On top, I could do with it just a bit of a clean up. Nothing on that side. On this side, there's a date code there, I'd say 20th week 65, so 1965 vintage. A big hole there. This, of course, is it's a solid state device. It's not valve. 6-volt negative earth. Around the back, well, aerial socket, aerial trimmer to peak our signal, and I guess that's power. And we'll certainly have to put a fuse in line with this and do all this. Now underneath, some interesting stuff underneath, especially interesting stuff here. That's fairly interesting, isn't it? The speaker socket. Speaker 15 ohm, and I guess that's, well, would be the speaker socket. It's not power or anything. And interesting, yeah, we'll have to do something else with that. Probably another socket, or just run a lead out with a socket on it for the speaker. The knobs, my knob fell off, and that's not good when your knob falls off. Audio output transistor, probably an AD149 or something like that. It'd be a germanium transistor. Oh, hang on, I think we can get this off. I think. Gee, how's that? He seems to be held under. No, it's just a bit of Celastic actually. It's a 2N301, so same as the AD149. So there it is, pretty corroded. Could be anything wrong with this. That looks like it's been very hot at one stage. Maybe something it was sitting on, but it could be this as well. So not real sure. I don't know whether this works. So he didn't say, he just said he wants it fixed and going best it can to put in his VW. 6 volt, Nothing there of interest other than serial numbers. 114, now is that a model? I don't know. I don't know who makes this. Obviously, I don't think it's a Volkswagen radio. It's probably made by AWA or someone else. It could be one of the early cruiser type radios. I don't know. We'll find out when we get it apart. Okay? Which, we better get it apart, eh? So, 2 screws there, 2 at the back, a few across the top here. Don't know what they are. Well, I'm guessing this is not a valve. I'm not real sure. I don't think it is. It's fairly heavy. And some screws around the side. Okay, I'm not going to bore you taking the screws out. I'll come back when I've got them all out. Right, that should be all the screws out. Now, coming up there, this side, try and just lift him. Jeez, don't know whether this is rusted. Oh no, there we go. Okay, what have we got in here? Not very much if I can't get into it. Okay. We're getting there, guys. Slowly. Okay. It is a little bit corroded along the sides, so that's sort of holding this down a bit. Here we go. Right. And there we are. There we are. Okay. Well, needs a bit of a clean, doesn't it? Dial cord. Yeah, I don't want to think about that at the moment. No burnt resistors around the audio outputs, so maybe the audio out is okay. One of those black, horrible caps down here and here. Electro in there. Okay. So we've got an electro in there, here, one up the back here, a couple in here, a little one there, some little styros there, which aren't a problem. And yeah, I'd say this is a recap job. A little 0.04 in there, another looks like an electro in the back there. I don't have a circuit of this or anything. I don't think we'll need it. Well, they look like drive transistors for the output, I would say. There is nothing on this about who makes it. I've seen, well, the AWA are similar, but not quite the same. We'll probably do an alignment of this. A couple of IF cans there, and obviously a probably an oscillator trimmer. A little black cap right down in the back there, underneath that. That'll be handy to get at. Underneath all this. Yeah, an electro there. Our slug tuning, and obviously just a very tight tuning, probably tight on the actual shaft itself. It's rather than the spindle. The rollers are just, well, the pegs for the dial cord are just pegs. They're not rollers, so doesn't matter. You know, they're not seized because there is none. But this fella down here yeah, that's probably needs a little bit of lubrication. Our dial lamp down in there, actually is down the bottom there, it sort of shines up from the bottom. The dial actually needs maybe heating very gently, heating and just straightening. It's bowed out a little bit here in the middle. We've got to work out what's going on there. We'll take the front off anyway. Our audio drive transformer, or is it audio output? It's audio output actually. There's our speaker terminals down the bottom there, and yeah, that goes straight to that transformer, and it looks like the primary side of the transformer does go here to the collector of the transistor, I think, the emitter rather, or collector, emitter by the look of it, because all this is PNP, PNP germanium. I might have a look at Kevin Chant, kevinchant.com on his website, and see has he got anything on maybe some sort of circuit. Would be good. Just to have a circuit for this. Yeah, well, I might go and do some investigation. We've got a little choke down here. Now, that looks like it's been very hot, doesn't it? It's a bit, excuse me, it's a bit bubbled up. Does look like it's been hot, which indicates probably the output tranny could be shorted. Yeah, we're not sure. This little fella here it could be a choke, or it could be a fuse. It goes to the power. I think it's a choke, and our wire at the back here would be fused. I don't think it'd be an internal fuse with these fellas. I'm going to get the compressor, blow out all the rubbish out of it, which is not too bad, but you know, you've got a fair bit of rubbish in there, and we'll come back and hook it up to the power supply and see is it going to fire up initially. So there we go. Just give you a good look over it. I would say oscillator coil there, oscillator trimmer, and our aerial trimmer is down in there. I'm not real sure, because we've got another trimmer here. That's our aerial trimmer, and this, yeah, I'm not sure what that trimmer is down in there, but that'll be probably the oscillator. I don't know, a little bit hard to pick without a circuit, but probably fairly easy to do without a circuit. A few disc capacitors, hard to say whether they're any good. I would say they are. A little transistor here in a rubber grommet, one here on a heatsink and a rubber grommet. That'd be an audio driver. Seeing he goes down here. I think this is our front end actually, up here. Yeah, probably the front end, first IF, second IF detector, and it would be the detector because there's our detector diode, probably an OA90 or something like that. All right, I'll go and clean him up. I'll be back very shortly. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Well, we've got something. Yeah, antenna. Okay, so there's your aerial trimmers, two of them. Our oscillator. Yeah, front end AF115, AF115 for the probably the mixer oscillator, our converter. First IF amp, second IF, and there's two diodes there. 1N87, 1N87, second IF amp, second IF rather, transformer. Our 2N301 in the middle there, audio out, and there's our audio train running that way to the transformer and out from there. Hopefully I don't need this little bit here. Now, I don't want anything to do with the dial cord, but it's a shame that there's not more information on this. This needs a good clean up. There's been looks like a bit of water, which is always a worry. Okay, so there you go. And, well, is it going to work or not? I'll be back. Now, I've got my extension speaker there, but of course you saw the speaker terminal. Oh gee, okay, let's see what we can do with this. Take this big soft tapping screw out. I will probably go from the other side connecting to this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not really the way to use those plugs. I will also unsolder that fella there. Okay, well, we've got all the solder out of this little socket here, and yeah, it looks a bit awful, but we might be able to resurrect that. I do have some plugs that actually fit this. Either that, or we'll run the wires out of here and put a plug on it externally. Maybe an idea, if I can't find my plugs. Okay, so now speaker, which one side is ground on there, and the other side. Right, now power supply 6 volts, and we'll limit to this is going to draw a little bit of current, but I'll start at 500 milliamps, so just so you can see what's going on there. Okay, so that's the side we're using. I'll grab some cables, we'll hook her up and see if it works. Now, it is negative earth, so it's not a positive earth radio as some of the older ones are. Quite a few of the old fellas are positive earth. And I think the VWs, a lot of them were positive earth as well. Okay. We haven't got power coming out at the moment. Okay, there we go. We've turned off. We'll put power on. Okay, feeding to here. We'll turn him on. And, well, it's drawing 500 milliamps. Okay. But I do hear a speaker thump. But I don't hear anything else. Okay, maybe we take our current up 1 amp. That should do us. Okay, we'll see. Does it peak out at 1 amp? Yes. Yes, it does. And yeah, we've got a fairly hefty short here somewhere. Well, guys, she's not going to go, even though there's a speaker thump, which could be where the current's going. First thing I'm going to check is the output transistor, the 2N301. Certainly some crusty old thermal paste on there. Looks like she's been fairly hot. We'll just do it with a meter for the moment. Okay, here we go, diode check. Okay, collector emitter, 0.7, oh, collector to base, open, okay, and 0.1 from base to collector, and yeah, base to collector, 0.1. That's fairly low, but it is germanium. But if I can get that on there, 0.5 across there. Let's get me a little tester and just see what he says. Okay, so number one, we'll go to collector, if I can get him on there. Base, emitter, flick him on, and we're good. We're good. There we go. Now, the gain of 71 and 130 millivolts turns him on. There we go. So, not too bad. Okay, well, it's not this. Now, before I put this back on, okay, it's not this. We'll take our washer off. I'll clean all this up. We'll put some new silicone paste in and put this back on. That way we know this bit is okay. Now we've cleaned up the transistor itself. Not so much on the back of it. It still looks ratty, but yeah, we've got rid of any corrosion that will continue. So there he is, 2N301. Okay, P&P. AWV, so AWA. Now, I think this could be an AWA. I'll check very shortly. There's our old insulating washer with its horrible dried up paste. I'm not putting that back in. I'm putting a new silicone heat transfer spacer in there, insulating washer. Rather than these do a pretty good job, better heat transfer than the old paste, and we'll put him in. And these are a plug-in job, so nice and, well, normally nice and easy to get in. There we go. Only goes in one way, guys. And I'm saying this for the guys that don't know, not you guys that do know. Okay, just firm, just make sure he's screwed down on the top there so he's making good contact. Now we know that's okay. Okay, so in case there was a short there or anything, let's just check our power, and of course we'll do this with a meter and everything else, but let's check and see if our short is still there and it's still drawing 1 amp. We'll go to 1.5 amps now. Probably not really practice, but we'll go there. We'll go to 1.4 and yep, 1.29. Okay, is anything heating? No, nothing's heating. So it's actually not drawing 1.4 now. put the speaker on. There we go. Now see. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, we are drawing 1.3. Right. Okay. We'll put 2 amps. Okay. And let's have a listen. Yes. And aerial. Nothing. Nothing there on the aerial. But audio, that's just on the center wiper of our volume control. So, and our tone is actually scratchy, but our tone's actually working. And yes, I know, for you guys out there, I know this is an audio glitchy signal. You hear me do this in nearly every video, so I'm sorry for the guys that have got sensitive ears. It's just the way we do things. Okay, now we're going to go back to up here, and this is our detector stage. I'm doing this with a screwdriver, guys. No specialised gear here. Screwdriver at the diode, on the detector. There is nothing there. So we've got an audio problem. We have audio there, we have nothing there, and a little bit there, nothing there. We have a coupling capacitor here, a small one, been known to be a problem with transistor radios and all sorts of things. Now if we listen there, we've got audio. If we this side, we've got nothing. It's a capacitor. You should have something there. What say we change that, just that little cap there. It's probably a 1 mic or something, 0.47 or something like that. It's audio coupling between our audio stage and our detector stage. Okay, and probably goes up to the volume wiper at some stage. I don't know. I can't follow the wiring there. But if we've got audio there and none there, probably 100 to 1, it's that capacitor. Let's take him out. We'll check him, see what he measures, and let's replace it. And then we might have a goer here. Obviously we've got other electrodes to replace in here, but mightn't be too bad, this one. Well, current draw, quiescent current is sitting at 1.2 amps. So yeah, she uses a little bit. And probably that thing in there is using a bit. It's a standard 6-volt lamp. So we may put an LED in there. What do you think? Seeing it's going in a car, really, I know it's not keeping it original, but gee, that's using a fair bit of juice. Let's, I can't quite get at him to reduce it, but we'll have a look at that down the track. Okay, turn him off. Let's change this capacitor. We've got positive up towards the back here, negative towards the front, which I think it goes to a blue wire which heads up here to our, well, our volume pot. I think it's that blue wire there to one side of our volume pot. Let's slip him out. I'm just cutting him out of this. There we go. And I'll bring his in a bit closer in this, and we'll have a look at what he measures. It's our positive, our negative, and there he is there. He's a 4.7. I don't know whether you can read that. I think you can. No, it's a 4 UF. So we'll be putting in a 4.7. Let's have a look at what he reads. Yeah, okay. Obviously open circuit. We'll start this again. Nope, no reading. Okay, and by the look of this little capacitor, the end of him doesn't look real nice, does it? Okay, let's put in a 4.7. Obviously we've got the rest to do, but see if this brings this to life. Here's our replacement, just a smaller, and it's 50 volts. The other one was rated at 10. Okay, so he's going in here. I'll just put a little bit of solder on here first. I'm putting him in a different position because I need to get at that electrode there to get him out, and I don't want this on top of it. There we go. So I'll put him in there. Now I'm just going to put him down here. Cut him off a little bit. And turn him around. Okay, so we'll get this tag hot and put him in through there. There we go. You can see what I've done there. And he can just sit in there, like so. I didn't want it, as you can see, the other electrode is down in here. There's another one in here. I didn't want this one over in there where the other one was. Now, guys, I'm confident enough to say, let's put an aerial on this. Let's turn it on and let's have a listen. Okay, so here goes the aerial. What do you reckon? Is it going to leap to life? Okay, here we go. Okay.
We make sure there's no pathogenic.
Here we go.
Once the tree has grown and germinated nicely, it's inoculated already with the truffle species we want and not one that we don't want. And then we bring it out here and transplant it, re-inoculating.
A little bit distorted there, but of course we've got caps in the output stage that have to be replaced.
So that's what we test out here. We've got multiple, there's about 10 or 11.
But we have it going. That's the main thing. And just a minute here, I'll see, we'll have to lubricate this thing up a little bit. Which way are we going? We're going the wrong way for another station. There's our friend. He's always in here. And if we go up here, should get the ABC.
Yeah, they're really well. It's funny, the places that they're not growing are the ones that consume more of them. So where...
Okay, so all is working, guys. What we've got to do... And we better not play too much of that. Certainly not the Beatles. Right, so there we go. We're drawing a fair bit of current, which brings me to a point of thinking, well, it's probably excess current, probably because one of these capacitors in here is not doing their job. So seeing this little fella was totally open circuit, we're going to go through, replace the rest. I'm starting with the audio stage, and of course a couple of black fellas here, they're going. What is it? Microcap. Now this one is already split around the end. You can see a split around there. So that has to go. This is our tone on our tone cap. Tone works, but yeah, it needs a spray. The tone is very scratchy. Volume seems not too bad. And of course we've got some other caps in here. Now, just before I do that, I am going to go and see, can I find a circuit, a very similar circuit, so that, well, we can all have a look at what sort of radio this is, what the layout is. And I can probably put a circuit for this up on my Google Drive with access to it if we can find it. Okay, so I'll do a little bit of searching. I'll come back and then I'll start replacing these caps. Each one we'll test and just make sure that they're working. Even the our little disc caps, I think we should check. I have had these faulty, and with that it's slightly distorted. So let's see whether we can fix that up. Well, guys, can't find a thing on it. Can't find any circuits, any layout, anything like this one. So you guys might be able to help me. VW, there you go. And, well, it looks a bit like an Asta, doesn't it? So anyway, let me know. In the meantime, I'm start changing these caps. I'm going to change the audio in here and these couple, and we'll come back and see if it's fixed up or improved our audio just a little bit. We got those two capacitors replaced that was in there. Oh boy, are they hard to get to. I had to, there's a little strap around this transistor here, take it off and gently move it up, because these legs can break off really easily. So anyway, got that all done. Just checking the resistors, and there's a 470 ohm there, runs between the speaker and back here to a 2.7k, some sort of feedback, I would say. Measures almost 700, I think. I'll just have a look here. He measures fairly high, so okay, there we go. 715, and it's a 470 ohm, measuring 715. All the rest, I've just run the meter over a few resistors there. Everything, well, is within spec. Just in this department, I haven't looked up here yet, but in this audio output, which was distorted and carrying on, pretty sure that everything is okay there, except for that resistor. I'll replace him. We'll come back and we'll turn it on and see what it sounds like. See if it sounds a little bit better, a little bit less distorted than what it was. Now we've changed this resistor, 470 ohm. Okay, there he is, and reading 760, 764. So there you go. That was definitely long out of spec. So we'll put him in our junk pile. Okay, let's hook him up and see whether the actual audio is a little bit less distorted than what it was. We've still got some electrodes, but I'm just doing this stage by stage. That way I know I'm not making any mistakes as well. Okay, he's off. Ground, power. Okay, and turn him on. Now he's drawing 1188, a little bit less, isn't it? Quite a lot less. And it's perfect. And we can't play too much of that, but the audio sounds perfect. I'll just put an aerial on that. It's actually overloading the outputs, the RF stage there a little bit.
This state, the commercial radio code of practice. We are regulated by this code, which covers live entertainment, news and current affairs, advertising, the promotion of gambling during live sports, Australian music quotas, and material not suitable for broadcast.
Guys, that sounds perfect. Okay, so we're right there, and a lot less current draw, heaps less. So I'd say the audio stage, was suffering there a fair bit. Probably the quiescent current would be way out, as we saw. Okay, now that cap, this one, and oh boy, there's one in under this IF can. There's one here, and there's a styro there. He's okay. I've got to find where that big fella goes in behind here. There's an electro here, one up here. I'm going to go through. It's no use in you guys following me with this. I mean, they're just tucked away. They're a bit hard to get to. I've got to do under the Maggie lamp because of where they are. There's an electro in here, right down, which I showed you earlier. I'm then going to go through these resistors and see if there's any resistors here that are way out of spec as well. So I'm going to, first of all, go straight through all the caps, the black fellas and the electros, and then we'll come back, test it to make sure it's still working, and we'll go from there. But so far, so good. The VW all transistor radio. Wished I knew who made it. Okay, we've changed all the capacitors, every single one of them, and some of these, oh boy, they were hard to get to. I didn't bother recording any of this. It just took ages, most of the day actually, to get in to these little places. One down in there, a little he's only a little poly cap, but boy, they took some getting to. Now I've got a green cap in there, a couple of little yellow fellas there, because I didn't have anything else that was the right value. There's a green cap down in there, one in there, in behind there. This took ages and ages. So, well, I haven't tested this since I started it. By geez, I hope it's right and I hope it goes well. This was a big job doing, just hard to get to. Just easy enough, but hard to get to. Okay, another little fella here, 0068. I didn't have any of Carl's capacitors in that area, so I had to use what I had. So, and they weren't Carl's, they were somewhere else. But if you're looking for caps, Carl's capacitors and vintage radio supplies, have a look in the description. There's a link there to his website and on eBay, and he has got lots and lots and lots more gear now. Resistors, all high current resistors, all sorts of things on there. Go there and have a look. Okay, so there it is. Now I haven't checked the resistors. I suppose we better do that now while I've got you there, while we're doing this. This is not a terribly long video. It's we repaired the radio initially, and well, the customer wanted it going the best it could, so it was replaced the capacitors. A 220 ohm here. What are we reading? 235. That's okay. Another 220 there. He's reading something. 236, that's okay. There's a 1 meg. What's he reading? That's a 1 meg. It's reading 9k. There's something else across it. Okay, we'll skip that one. 3.9k in there, and we've got 3.6, obviously something across it. We've got a 22k there, and 1.5k. It's probably across a coil or something there. 2.2k. That's, if I can, 1.8, 2k, yeah. 4.7, a 4.7k, and as you can see, a 2k, probably a cap or a resistor across there. I'm sort of looking for the ones that have, if it's a 220 ohm and it's reading 400, well, it's high. So 470 ohm, and we've got 489. That's not too bad. So there you go. That's the ones along there. This is only a quick evaluation because the radio was working fine. Well, before I replace the capacitors. There's 180k in there, and yeah, there's a cap across that one, that little fella in there. 100k here. He's reading, yeah, across a coil, 8 ohm. It's across a little coil there. And we've still got our light at the front. It reduces our current by 200 milliamps. Is it worth it? Well, I was thinking about an LED, but the thing is, it doesn't shine a nice glow the same as the original. And I think you'd notice that in a radio in the dash of a car. Probably in other places you probably wouldn't, but yeah, I think you would. So what I've done, power supply. I've changed power supplies. I'm not using my noisy switch mode supply. So I've just got my bigger supply, the linear one, 6 volts, 2 amps. Oh gee, I hope this works. And we'll put an aerial on it. Oh, moment of truth. Here we go.
Bring up on the inside of those boulders, roll for heart. Further back in the race, then as they work into the back straight.
And we're working. Straight off. Okay, putting that fella on so I can tune it.
And pretty much the control.
Here's our friend back.
Common belief. It actually doesn't take long.
That was me. Now that's 2LF in Young, that's 150 k's away. That's Dubbo, almost 200 k's. And that's our local station. And there's our friend up here. He's always there.
Radio set.
There was a search for
and
accused.
A couple of ABCs up here.
Said European leaders will come to the US. And
up the end there is 2CR, our local station. So she's going fairly well, guys.
Sure. This is a last warning.
Nah, behave yourself. Celebrate.
That's going really... That's performing really, really well, guys. I'm very, very happy with the result of that. Okay, now, a couple of things we've got to do. We've got to spray the pots. And we've got to, well, lubricate this little fellow in here. I'll put a little bit of oil on the shaft of our tuning capacitor. Put him right up there. Add not too much, just a dab, just to oil him up. I don't think this needs an alignment. This thing is spot on with its stations, where I said does Dubbo was 2DU, and that's exactly where it was. 2LF and Young is exactly where it was. I'm not going to alter that. It is spot on. And the way it's performing, I would say the IF cans are spot on as well. The other thing I don't know about this is no circuit, no information. If you guys can help me out on this, be really appreciated. So down the bottom there. And are they 455? Not necessarily. These guys are 455. There's nothing written on them. There was a part number, but nothing. It could be 457. It could be, well, it could be anything. We don't know. It's a fairly old radio, so don't know what it was. Okay, so I'm going to leave the original lamp in there. I'm going to take the front off now, give it a bit of a spruce up, and yeah, it's a little bit bendy, as you can see there in the centre. I sort of want to just heat that a little bit so it just flattens out. And well, this job's nearly finished. Okay, so our noisy pot here was the tone. So I'll just do this while we're in this position here. That should fix that up 100%. Okay, we'll grab some oil. Put him on the shaft here. And that's looking good. Okay. That will probably make it a fair bit easier. These guys are not meant to be extremely easy. We don't want it going off the station with vibration. So they're a little bit stiffer than your standard radio, your mantle radio inside. That's going nicely. Okay, there's no need to lube this fella. He just runs along there, not actually touching on, well, hardly anything there. So that the shaft is the only one we've got to worry about. Okay, so the next thing, just get those out of the road. The next thing is to take the front off and have a look at what we can do here. Okay, so there we go. There's our backing plate. We'll give it a bit of a spruce up, bit of a clean up. We'll clean the back panel here. That's yeah, not too bad. A little bit dirty. We'll clean him up. And this one, this fella here, 2 little screws either end. I'm going to take that out. We'll clean all this up, front and back, and yeah, I'll do that and I'll be back. Right, guys, well, she's all back together. Doesn't look a lot different, really. I just cleaned this up the best it's going to go. And yeah, we've still got a little bit of a bubble here. It didn't want to straighten out. I didn't want to damage the dial. Still looks $1 million actually. Still looks really good. Have to put a little spring insert in the knob. It's missing, and hence doesn't want to turn. This fella, well, he fits on okay on the shaft, but as for the tuning, we can use this one, but we'll find something for that. This one's fine, turns on and off, and we've sprayed the pot, done all this, and tomorrow morning, because it's wine time for me, it's 5:30, I'm running half an hour late, I'm going to put a little bit heavier fuse holder. I don't know what I'll put on here yet. We'll have a look. And well, the fuse, I would say probably a 3 amp fuse would be enough, but I might put a 5 amp in this. It does draw a little bit of juice. It's drawing 1300 mil, I think. So maybe a 3 amp would be enough just to protect him. Okay, so all is done. We'll do that in the morning, and I'll finish the video up for you. And I hope you're getting something from this. But what I want to know, who made this thing? Can you guys help me out on this? I'd love to get a circuit for it, just to have it. Who did the radios in Australia for VW? Okay. So, there she is. We've got to do something with the speaker plug. I'll have a look and see if I've got one. If not, well, we might just run the speaker leads out across here and out the back with the power leads, and put a, either a plug or just the wires. I don't know what Brian is going to fit it into, whether it be a combi, a Beetle, I don't know. So, we'll have a look at that. Okay. I'm going to have my wine. I hope you're enjoying so far, and I'll be back soon. Okay, well, we've progressed a little bit further. I'm sorry about the rain on the roof. She's been pouring rain here at the moment, which is good because we need rain. Now, since the last time, as I said, since you saw me on this, I've fitted a new power cable with a screw type heavy duty fuse holder. I took it right through to the inside of the radio, okay, in there, and the speaker wire also I have run through and soldered him on where the socket is, on the back of the speaker socket. So I thought, well, it's a lot easier. I've marked which is positive, and that's obviously ground, radio ground. I've made that easier for the customer, for Brian, who owns it. Pretty easy to hook up. Power, speaker, can't go wrong. Hopefully, can't go wrong. It's all going well. Now, what else can I tell you that I did? There was something here I was going to point out to you. We did check this little choke down here. There's no problems. It's just the tape lifting off, and there's still plenty of tape insulating it. So that was okay. We're going to leave the lamp in there, as I said, for the colour, the nice colour. That adds about 160 milliamps on the draw. That's neither here nor there. The fuse I put in here is a 3.5 slow blow, so that should protect anything that happens to this. There's also up here on this on the rail of, or that little rail there, of the tuning capacitor or tuning slugs. There's a, I'll take him up here, you might be able to see it. Inside there, right in there, there is a little metal contact, and he runs along here on this on this actual slide here and make sure it makes good connection, earth connection, for the front of the assembly, the tuning slug assembly, to the chassis of the radio. Cleaned him, worthwhile cleaning out if you're doing one of these. Lubricated the shaft itself. I've lubricated along the spiral. That's about it, guys. I think I'm ready to do a wrap with that. I've also fitted another reasonable transistor cover on the back here. The old one didn't look real good. I've just tidied that up a bit, and this radio should work for another 50 years at least. So there we go. It also has an R&P in there, which is interesting, and it says 8. Is that an 8? I can't actually see that in the camera. I think it's an 8, which would be 8 transistor. So if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I can only see 7. I would say they're counting the detector diode as well. There probably is a semiconductor device. But anyway, there's our R&P. There's the serial number on it. For you guys that may know a little bit more about R&P than what I know, there's a number on the output transformer. Means nothing to me. You guys may know. I would love to know who makes this, and well, see if we can get a circuit for it, just for the collection. Be really good. There's also numbers on the tuning assembly in there. Means nothing to me. YE5 64805. Yeah. There's just nothing relating to anything. Okay, well, we're going to assemble it now. I have cleaned the top the best it's going to go. It's pretty good. Inside, well, yeah, it's pretty good. So we're going to put him together, and I'll come back. We'll do a final test, and that's it. Now, guys, I'm sorry about the rain in the background. It's a bit heavy at the moment. I told you I'd give you a run through on the capacitors that come out of it. Ones like that. Electro. Now this is a 1000 mic 10 volt. So we'll do a quick run through of these. I said I would show you. So let's see what this one is. 1000 mic. Okay, testing, and well, it says 1148 ESR 0.06, VLOS 1.7. So, in actual fact, reads okay, but I'm not real sure about things like that. That's not real good. Okay, next one is a 320, and obviously all these are about 10 volts. So we'll do a quick one here. 320. And we got 698 ESR 0.22, VLOS 2.1. But 698, or say 700 for a 330 or 300 mic is not real good. This one, about the same. It's a 320 mic. Well, as I said, sorry about the rain. It's the background noise. This workshop's not real good as far as noise. Okay, 320 mic. What's he testing? 656. ESR 0.3, so, you know, not too bad there, but not at 656. Now, this one here is a 400 mic, and let's see what he reads. Okay, 1460. Okay, this is a 400 mic reading 1460, 1460 microfarad, and a V-loss of 8.5. And boy, this rain is heavy, isn't it? We haven't got far to go, guys. I'm trying to get this done as quick as possible because there's more rain coming. This was in the audio stage. Now I remember this one. What is it? 75 microfarad. Okay, let's check him. And that was in the audio drive stage. And it's 180 mic, ESR 1.3, V-loss 6%. So, yeah, leaky, horrible. And, well, we know what this little fella was. He was open circuit. We'll go for one more while you can still hear me for the bloody rain. And this one is a 32 microfarad. He was also in the audio stage. 32 mic, and what's he read? 105, V-loss 36%, ESR 0.15K, 150 ohm. So that's a resistor, that is. Okay, I'll wait till the rain backs off again and come back. Okay, it's backed off a little bit. I'll get this in. All these caps, these paper caps, well, they fell apart, most of them. They're all leaky. I'm not going to go through one by one. You know the 470 ohm resistor was 700 ohm, I think. So there it is. There's that lot. All really, really leaky. And that thing we thought was a electro, it isn't. It's a little polyfoil 0068. So there we go. It reads not too bad. I changed it anyway. I just did the lot. Okay. Now the rain stopped. You might hear the thing working now. Let's connect to ground. I've got 6 volts on this cable. Let's connect the speaker and we'll do a final test. Just to see, make sure she's still working, and I'll need a small screwdriver for the aerial. Turn him on, the light comes on, and
more comfort and more performance from 52 to 336 horsepower. This is what premium feels like in the field.
Guys, that's working perfectly. Okay, not going to bore you with any more of that. It works fine. Okay, there's the casualty list. Let's have a look. There we are. Bit of old wire. I've changed that, and you saw me do the whole lot. Righto, guys. Well, now I'm doing the ending, and after I've tested everything, it stopped raining. Yeah, there's a sprinkle there, but there's a lot more coming, so I'll get this done. There we go. This radio come up extremely well. Please let me know if you know anything about these Volkswagen 6-volt radios out of the 60, 62. So if you know anything about them, who made them, a little bit more info, where I can find circuits. Does Radio Museum have them? I don't know where to start with this. I've had a bit of a look around, but I was wasting too much time trying to narrow it down. So I'll leave it to you guys. Give us a chat down below there if you know anything about it. That's everything replaced. I hope you enjoyed the video. I thought I'd take you through step by step. You might have one of these. You might know someone doing them. yeah, it's just what I do. And of course, it's another long video, as with all of mine. Alright, if you liked it, thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe, hit the bell, and it will notify you when my next video is up. A super thanks, always appreciated, for my own work where we've got to use our own money to replace bits and pieces and keep the channel going. It all costs money. Everything with the editing side costs money. So it'd be nice to, a super thanks would be muchly appreciated, or a coffee over there. Okay, so until the next one, don't know what we're doing next. It's probably an amplifier, and I'm not going to tell you what brand. You'll probably guess. Yeah, one of those popular ones. Okay guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.